I just don't believe. I think Lewis wants to be with Jax, but I don't think Jax really wants to be with Lewis like that.
Mm,
I just
mm.
don't. I just don't see it. I'm just like I feel like she again. I feel like she's put in so many years. She's put in. She's
Yeah.
you know she's given this man two babies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give up this life and start over. Like, cause again, a lot of times when people put so much time into it's like a job. It's like you put so much time into a job. I ain't trying to start over. Even
I
though
mean, I get that.
even if I complain about it for every day, I don't feel like trying to start over.
Life is like a basketball game. Sometimes you're up, other times you're down. Opponents and adversaries coming at you left and right. However, it's not the challenges you face that define you. What defines you is how you play the game. And I play to win. Welcome to my world, Carlton's world.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Carlton's World. It's your boy Carlton. I am here with friend to the podcast, friend in my life as well. He's a brilliant. I call him a brilliant voice actor. He's amazing at what he does. Let's welcome my friend Jason, aka Smiley. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching and listening to this. How you doing, man?
Um, So yeah, man, appreciate you being here. Definitely always a pleasure to have you on as a guest. Smiley and I'm not used to call you Smiley. I listen to your podcast and I was like, you like people to call you Smiley. And I was like, I'm gonna respect this man, and so I'm gonna call him Smiley and not Jason.
Appreciate
So you're welcome.
it.
You're very welcome. I was like, let me, because he was talking about it. He was like, yeah, I like for people to call me Smiley. I was like, oh man, I've been disrespecting this man all this time and not calling him that.
I
So
mean, it's understandable because you got to know me by listening to the podcast a lot, and so they don't. My brother and Marcus don't call me Smiley at all, so they'll call
right,
me Jason. So it's like you'll hear me referred to as Jason on that podcast, but everybody else outside of that, except for like family, calls me Smiley. Like literally for the last 20 years.
and so see, and
So,
when I first started listening to you guys, I thought it was the reverse. I thought
mm,
Smiley was a family nickname, and then Jason, you want people to call you Jason. So I was like, well, let me
yeah.
call him Jason because Smiley is I'm not family, so I'm not gonna call him that. No, but it's actually the opposite. So I got it
Yeah. Yep. So
now.
respect. I like it, so yeah.
But yeah,
Good to be back.
yeah, but thank you for coming back, man. Smiley and I watch a lot of similar television shows. And so today we're gonna talk about I've been wanting to talk about the show for a minute. Smiley has been busy doing this
Right.
thing. But we're gonna talk about Reasonable Doubt, which is a brilliant show on Hulu. It's an
Oh yeah.
amazing show. Um so for people who have not watched it, the premise, the basic premise is about Jax. She's a very brilliant, intelligent, strategic attorney, and she basically takes on these controversial type cases. She normally like takes on the clients that you normally wouldn't think she would take on. Like for season one, her client was somebody who was accused of not only was he rape was he raping her or was he just
He was well, he was accused of murder. So
right?
he's like a millionaire, tech mogul type person and was accused of murdering his assistant.
But he wasn't. But it wasn't like it wasn't forced sex, was it?
Well, that was one of the things that came out. They were having an affair, so that was one of the things that kind of exposed. So it actually wasn't a scandal of him like raping her. That wasn't the
Okay,
thing. The
okay,
case
I
was
got
about
you.
murder.
Right,
But when it came out that they actually had a sexual relationship, that was like, wait a minute, like maybe he actually did, so that was part of
okay,
the tension behind it.
got
Because
you.
it was like he was married and had a whole family. So it was like, okay,
Right.
like, you know, why is she over your house? Like, why are you over her house? Like, what is going on? Like, what's so that's kind of how the show revealed. I love how the show works because it reveals like you're the audience and you're following the case, and so you don't know you know as much as the case is being revealed. So you
Hmm.
don't know a lot of the back information. So even in that first season, like she takes on the case not knowing everything, and we're finding out things as she finds it out. And so that's what's cool about this show.
Right. Thank you. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys that are watching and are listening. It's been a long time since since I watched the show, especially season one.
Especially
Um,
first season, yeah.
right. Um, in the midst of this, while she's also representing her client, she's also having her own situation personally. She's separated from her husband,
Yes.
and also
Hmm.
she's seeing her former client. Um, so she's actually started. We're just gonna do the nuts and bolts here,
I
but
mean,
she starts messing around with the former client,
she
which is
is
played by Blue Eyes himself,
right, Michael Ealy.
Michael
But
Ealy.
she has a, and this is where I felt about her first season. She's a great lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
but she is not a good person.
Mm.
So it's
Elaborate.
like, I mean, she's like there have so she's married. She's got two kids, which her son annoys the mess out of me. I do not like him at all. Uh, and I never. And they tried to make me like him in the second season. I couldn't. His disrespect was just too much in the first season to make me try to forgive him in the second season. But she is in a they have a weird relationship with her husband is this, tech guy, and he has
Mm-hmm.
surveillances of everything in the house, and they have a weird relationship, but they're obviously not, they're having problems. And so yeah, she cheats on, I mean, they're not together, so like I guess but they're still married, and so she sleeps with the security guard. There's a moment where like the husband's watching on the surveillance camera when she sleeps with them, which I thought was really weird. But then she has this, she crosses the line with her client because he's just got out of jail. It was one of her first clients, which is Michael Ealy. And so she felt guilty about some of the things that happened. So she's trying to build a relationship with him, but he's obviously into her. And so, so she loves that. And so she plays with that. Like she plays with fire. And you know what happened when you play with fire? We all saw it coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely
so
one thousand
and so she
percent.
was just like, oh, so she did this one, like she was just like in the moment, and this is a typical thing. Like she's in this moment where she's like, okay, she's having problems with her husband. So she's like, and he's bringing her all of the attention that she would want because she's like, he is so into her. Like he is 100% into Jax. Like he wants everything about her. And so what does she do? She sleeps with him. But then she feels guilty and it's like, no, we can't do this. Well, you know, what happens after that? He's like, well, he's crazy. so, you know, and so it's interesting because I feel like there was some moments where she could have just left him alone, um, and they could have parted ways and it would have been the ending. But we knew from the very first episode, because that's kind of how it started. She had this, like, she was kidnapped, so that's
Mm-hmm.
how it starts. The show starts with her kidnapped. Like, what happened? Who kidnapped her? And the way they played it out, you're like, is it the client that she's working with? Is it, the case? Like, who is it? It's a random person. And so, of course, we find out Michael Ealy is what's the word? And I mean, not love. Like, what's the crazy infatuated
Um.
love? Like, you know,
I know you're talking,
um,
but yeah, I can't think of it right now.
but yeah, he is that. Like, he is that. And so he's absolutely will do anything. And so he's like, if I can't have her, nobody can.
Obsessed.
And in fact, yep, that's it. He's
Yeah.
obsessed to the point where, spoiler alert, he ends up killing himself in front
He
of her.
kills
I think
he
that's how
kills
it
himself in front of her. Yeah.
ends. Yeah. So that's traumatic. So she's dealing with that, which is what this is what makes the show interesting, is because she's got this whole client, and it's not just about that. It's paralleling her life, which her life is not. Her life is in shambles. Her life is crazy. She's got
Mm.
kids that don't respect her. Her husband don't care nothing about her. She's cheating on her. They're both cheating on each other, but they still love each other, which is so weird. And she's got this crazy, person that she's trying to commit to. So I say she's not a good person because she played for her. She's very selfish, and so she played with Michael Ealy to get what she wanted, and then once she got
Hmm.
what she wanted, she wasn't gonna keep going because she could have like. I mean, when you deal with crazies, if you give everything they want, will they snap? Like if he actually got her as a relationship, would he have snapped? That's the
Right.
question. Because he
Right.
seemed like he was maybe he would have, but he was crazy. So it's like I don't know. Like that would have eventually came out some kind of way. So,
And then also too,
but
like you said, I
yeah,
agree that she definitely, it doesn't excuse what his actions were later, but she definitely played with his emotions for 1,000%. Because it
yep,
was even to the point where he was trying to better himself for her,
right,
and he
mm-hmm,
was always saying like he felt like he never was good enough for her or whatever.
right,
So she definitely like again, she with her issues dealing with her husband, she definitely played um with that whole situation and make sure everything, it's a it's a narcissistic thing. Like I said, just
yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you just basically focus. It's all about me. I'm gonna make sure I feel good and I'm good. And it doesn't matter who or what who I hurt and what I have to do. Um,
mm-hmm,
you mentioned they were cheating on each other, which is true. We forgot to mention that the husband also is doing. He hesitates at first, but then he finally gives in to somebody that I guess they all their kids go to the same school or something like that. I know
yeah. I think
the woman.
yep, they're
Yeah,
friends. I think she's like
yeah,
friends with Jax,
yeah. So
and the
the
kids
woman,
are around the same age.
right? So yeah, the woman. The husband ends up cheating, having an affair. Well, not necessarily an affair. They slept together maybe once or twice. Um, and he ended it, I think. But they ended up sleeping. He stayed and sleeping together. And they come to find out. Back to the case though, we come to find out that the client actually did kill her.
Right. They do that. So she's defending the client, the millionaire guy,
She gets him off.
and she's like
Like
making and
she
she
gets him off.
actually gets him off
Yeah.
because of whatever tactics that she's able to prove
Right.
or create a reasonable doubt. Like so she's like so that's part of the cool thing is like she's like, hey, if there's a reasonable or a doubt that a reasonable person would have that he did it, that you gotta get him off, get him off. And so
Right.
she actually did that. And then we reveal in the last episode that he actually did it. And she
Right.
knew. That's the thing. I think she found out. She finds out after. Did she find out after she gets him off or before? I think she finds out before the verdict.
Mm.
Um, because the interesting dynamic is after that, because we find out that he killed her in a
Mm.
passion. They were sleeping together, and there was some stuff going on because he like forged some signature to pretend like he did a bunch of stuff, and
Right.
then she ends up bringing in some other evidence to somebody else about like I think it's not money laundering. It's some kind of stuff within his company where he ends up going to jail anyway, but not for murder, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, that was an interesting situation. Then we also find out too that um when did we find out that the lady that the husband slept with is pregnant? Did we find it in the season one
That
or
was
we
the
find
second
it
season. That was second
season
season.
two? Season two. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we're going into season two now, and then of course, all the ladies are excited because Morris
We
Chestnut
got
is
so
a maid.
first season you got Michael Ealy, and the second season you got Morris Chestnut.
Listen,
they
my one of my good friends, she was so excited. She's oh my god, my husband is gonna be on season two. I was like, you do realize he's married, right? He's married. He's married. Stop it.
Oh
Stop it.
man.
But no,
Yep, all
more.
these 90s heartthrobs. One note I want to point out that
Go
I
ahead.
really do enjoy about the show, just in general, as we top, that I noticed from the season one. I think the musical score is dope.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're very intentional about that. Even the opening credits, like I never fast forward it just because it sounds so cool
I
and it's a
love the
vibe,
music. I love it.
and even the just the beautiful image of that. And so I think
Mm,
Jay-Z's behind a lot of the music, or at least like he's in the background somewhere signing it off because there's definitely some good music.
it's definitely some good music. Oh, I forgot.
But
We forgot to mention. So each season, Well, I thought this is how they was gonna do it, but they kind of did that in season two, but not the way I thought they was going to do it. But the season one ended with a death that put us into the case for season two. So we forgot to
Right.
mention that Jax has this group of friends. There's
Hmm.
Jax and these three other ladies. And so basically, and it kind of was in the background of season one a little bit. Like one of her friends is married to a former football player,
Right. Right.
and you can kind of see that he was treating her
There's some
wrong.
tension.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could kind of see it, but it wasn't like to the forefront. And then at the
Hmm.
end of season one, Jax gets this phone call, and we see that the husband is lying in a pool of his own blood, and the girl has bruises on her, and the woman has bruises on her, and she's like, he's dead. Basically, he's dead. Basically, her husband is dead. So that's how season one
Hmm.
ends. And so then we get into season
Yep.
two, and that is the main case for Jax in season two, that um she has to represent her friend for this murder. And also that's when Morris Chestnut comes in too, because he's initially hired to be the lead for this case. Um
When they introduced him, his first scene was very
uh,
interesting.
uh-huh.
And he's just a sex scene. He's like has his case and they just like and so she ends up calling him and interrupting that, which I they didn't go into the direction that, they had a moment where there was like maybe because after first season you would think, oh yeah, she's gonna sleep with
That's her
whoever.
pattern. You would think, yeah.
And so it's kind of like maybe Morris Chestnut seems like a very sexual person the way they introduced him, and so it's like okay, how is he gonna navigate that? And you kind of see there is a little bit of tension, but she's not really into him at all. But he's into her, which is interesting because he
Hmm.
has like he has a couple fantasy just about their life together. So that's something interesting.
Yeah, there was like a brief moment where, because her husband, okay, so her husband Jackson and her husband are trying to work things out. Because
Yeah.
after the events of season one, um, then well, after Michael Ealy's character committed suicide in front of Jax, so now Jax is like really traumatized, rightfully so.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so she's dealing with that, and so now her husband is basically there for her. So they're trying to work things out. They're going to counseling and everything. Do you think, and this is just a sidebar question, do you think you would be able to work things out with your spouse, knowing that both of you guys, you were separated, but both of you guys were kind of had other partners outside of your marriage? Do you think you would be able to kind of bring that
Yeah. I
back?
mean, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, they have kids, and I think that the way that they interacted with each other, you can tell from the first season that they always had love for each other. And he really did care about her. But I felt like she was just pushing him to the side. That's what it looked like. So it was like he was trying to pursue. And that's why he was like, well, if I'm gonna be put to the side, then I'm just gonna go and sleep around too. But he still wanted her. That's why he ended the affair. She never really showed an inkling that she actually wanted to be with him until it was like too late, where she was just like so depressed or so distraught that because he's always there and he's a provider, he's a protector because he like hires security, like even like that the fact that he hired a security guard when he couldn't stay there because she's got these high profile cases, but then the security guard sleeps with her, like it's like
That's
okay, dude,
wild.
like it's crazy. So I'm like, so after all of that, as the husband, it's kind of like, well, you probably don't want to be with, like, y'all don't want to be with each other. So I think but I mean, they got history, they got I think they were like around for high school or something. There was like moments where like they knew each other for a while. They grew up together in a sense. And so yeah, I mean, if people are willing to come through and talk through things, I am a hopeless romantic, and so I hope for people to always get back together if it's possible. If two people are
Mm.
willing, then I'm for it. Now, if one person isn't, then don't waste the don't like that's kind of like you're pursuing somebody that's not even interested. So just move on. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
I this is something that the Lord is working on me with. I have a problem. I have a problem with like forgetting things. So I
Mm.
feel like I would bring it up, especially if we're in an argument. I
Oh
would
my
bring I
goodness.
would I would bring it up just to like to stab you. Like I can't physically stab you, but I will emotionally stab you with the fact that you cheated
Mm.
on me several times. Like I will bring it up. So I feel like for me, I don't think I could get back. I think because I think it
Mm.
would be too I think it would be too toxic of a situation. Even if I do still love you, um, I don't think the trying to work it out would be beneficial until I work on me with that. Because
Hmm.
that's like even I'm not obviously I'm not married or whatever, not even in a relationship, but just knowing me, I know I would like, especially if you piss me off real bad, I'll bring it up. I definitely bring it up for 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yep.
like, you're a whore.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
um,
Well.
yeah. But season two, so the case is, and then the thing is, we're trying to figure out, did she actually kill her husband? Did she actually, and what happened? Because obviously she's in a domestic violence situation.
Yeah.
He definitely was hitting on her. We also find out that she was having an affair with another football player.
Oh. The was it her name is Chantel? I think.
Yeah, because the guy, it was another guy that, because I know he was on Tyler Perry's The Oval, and he was on the second reincarnation of the game. But I think he
Okay.
was
Yeah. I
also
know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
yeah, he was also a football player, but she was also having an affair with, the friend was having an affair with him as
Yeah.
well.
Because they had a whole. There was a whole little. There was a section of that that I didn't follow as much. Like because he was dealing with some kind of um I don't know, say gang or like it was like a Italian mafia or something like that. I didn't like he had a whole his own
He
little
owed them
problems.
money.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
He
Okay.
owed the guy money. So that was the whole thing. So they was trying to get, I think she was like taking money, like putting money in a secret account or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, so also we have to note that there are children involved. Like, she has two kids and two daughters, but um, one of the daughters was his and not hers. Candy Burris played his ex girlfriend, who he
Mm,
also used to abuse. That's her actual biological daughter. But that daughter
okay.
was living with the dad and Jackson's friend.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's
Chanel.
yeah, we got yeah, I don't know these people's names. I just know Jax. I'm like Jax.
uh,
But yeah, that's basically, so we're trying to figure out if Chanel actually was the one that murdered her husband. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, before we reveal it, did you have an inkling of who did it?
I did call it. I actually
Okay,
called it
okay,
like 2 episodes before it happened.
me too, me too. Me and my coworker, we was talking about it, and I was like, I think it was her. And
Yep.
then sure enough, I was like, "Yep."
I was like, that makes sense.
I figured.
Because they did good by not showing a lot of the character that actually end up doing it.
Mm,
Which we can, if you're listening to this point, we'll probably tell you in 2 seconds. But
yeah.
they did good at not showing that, and so I thought they did make you reasonable doubt. Like they were trying to give you reasonable doubt about if she did it or not. And so part of it is like Jax is defending her, and she's or no, Cash is defending her now, mainly,
Mm,
and their whole company is part of that. And so, but you're wanting to have she's admitted it. She's like, I did it. It was self defense. And so the argument is more of like self defense. rather than I didn't do it. And so
Right.
it's kind of like, okay, well, did she have self defense? Did she set it up to, because that was what the prosecution was like. She just set it up, which is like you set something up for someone to make it look like you've been abused so that you can murder them. That's like, you know, that's a weird defense. If I was in or the that's a yeah, I guess whatever word is. If I was in the jury and they were like, yeah, she set up her own self to get abused. I'm like, look, an abuser, I don't care how much you yell at somebody, fuss at somebody, threaten somebody. If you're not an abuser, you're not going to abuse people.
Mm.
So you can't make me honestly like I am not I'm a peaceful person. I'm nonviolent and I will never hit a woman. Like that is like a thing that is not in me. And so I will get hit all day before I hit a woman. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I am. And so like you ain't gonna make me do it. Like that's how it is. Now, in that situation, she was just provoking him and that will do it. Like and some people will say this, like, well, what is it provoking? The fact that she's just yelling at him, that provokes someone to get physical and abuse someone. No, as a jury person, I'd be like, yeah, he's an abuser. So she even if she set it up, he was still an abuser for the stuff that we don't know about.
And it was, and also too within that, it was so much going on in context because the person that was, I can't remember. I don't know my lawyers, but like what their real, like their positions. But the one that was
The
going against,
prosecution,
yes, the one that was going against them, cashing them. She is
yeah, the
so
prosecution.
she's a survivor of domestic violence herself.
Right. They did play that out because
So
she had
because
fled. She had a whole, was it a child with an
mm-hmm.
abuser that came back that was like, hey, like, I'm back. And so you can
Yeah,
see the
he
tension like
yeah,
rise up.
she was getting scared and run, because he ended up finding out where she lived and different things like that. And
Hmm.
Jax actually picked up on it. Jax found that information out. There was also other stuff going on, even with um the what's the friend's name?
Chanel.
Chanel's husband's mother. So she's also like trying to basically say, um, Chanel was making all this stuff up. It wasn't true, and da 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 da. Even though she knew that her son
Was an abuser. Yep.
was beating on Chanel. So it was a
Hmm.
lot of stuff happening. I'm trying to think something else. Oh, besides the obvious, we talked about it briefly, but the young lady that Jackson's husband slept with, she's pregnant. So
Right. Tony.
there's that. Yeah, Tony's pregnant.
Hmm.
So we have that, and Chanel's cousin or cousin, sister, cousin, one of them. Anyway, she's in the friend
Oh
group. She's in the
yeah.
friend group,
The girl in the
but
friend group.
she used the money. She went against her husband and used the money to bail out Chanel. But they
Hmm.
used losing it because Chanel went on the run with the guy she's having an affair with.
So like even as you describe this is why I like the show. Like all of this drama and craziness that happens, like it's not just about one case. It's about all this unnecessary drama, which is like I'm here for that. So because I'm like when she went against the husband, I'm like, you know, that's y'all property. You can't
hmm
like you gotta like y'all gotta go in together and have this conversation. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just use this for bail money for my cousin without the approval of because that's a shared value and a shared asset.
Yeah,
So she skips town.
yeah,
And then the fact that she skipped town, I'm like, girl, you disrespecting your own blood like this. Like for what? Like that's and it wasn't even because she pled guilty. Like that's the thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you run away, to be with this dude when you pled guilty? But it made sense as they revealed who it was a little bit.
Also,
Because
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say who it was, but go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to say I forgot one more side story. Also, Cash had a motivation as well because he had a case previously that he lost that also dealt with domestic
Mm.
violence. So he was using this case to basically be. He wants to be in other words, like the savior of domestic cases, domestic violence
Hmm.
cases, something like that. Basically, like the
Yeah.
yeah, he wants to be the person that's like, hey, if you have a case that deals with domestic violence, come to me because
Hmm.
I get results.
Right. Right.
So
Yep.
that was that whole side storyline too. But yeah, you can go ahead and reveal who actually the murderer
Yeah. So I
was.
mean, she was. So it was really, and we find this out like on the finale, where
Mm-hmm.
basically they have a trigger warning, and it's no music, and you just like there's an abuse. I think JT's the football, so he's choking. So it's like we see it. Which when I first showed it, I was like, "Is this a flashback? Flash forward? Is this real?" But it's like this is what actually happened. So they showed it, and so like she's choking, and then as she's struggling, the daughter comes and hits JT over the head
And it's the oldest
to
daughter.
stop. Right, and
Mm-hmm.
so. And that's kind of the whole point where she's okay, wow. So she's been protecting her daughter, which it makes sense why she responded the way she did, is because she was like, I'm gonna take the fall. And so she said it. She was like, she told the girl, like, leave, like you was away in college, like don't change your clothes, do every this stuff. I'll just tell everybody that I did it, so just go. And so um I think Jax finds out because she
Yeah.
finds out like before everybody else finds
Uh
out
huh.
because she's and so I think the way they revealed it, she figures it out. I think because I do like their team. You got the guy that's investigating the kind of the secretary lady. Like they have a fun little legal team that
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy. They're fun to follow, fun rapport. But she uses them to help find some things, and so as she figures out what happens behind the scenes, she's trying to protect her because she's like, if she didn't do it, she don't want to. She doesn't want. She want to respect um Chanel's wishes because she's like, I did all this stuff. I can't let my daughter go down for this. And so we went too far. So she's got to like, okay, I got to stay silent and protect the family because I know this. And so it's kind of a weird tension that happens when we find out who did it. But it makes sense that plays about Chanel's like the reason why she was acting the way she was.
Mm-hmm. It made a lot of sense. Once that revelation happened, it definitely started making more sense to why Chanel was acting, responding the way she was responding. It was a different thing. A lot of stuff started actually falling into place. Um, when that reveal happened. But yeah, like I said, I definitely called. It was to a point I was like, I think her daughter did it.
Yeah, because I was just thinking like I was at first they tried to make it look like old dude she was sleeping with did it,
Uh,
and I was like that's too obvious. Um, but it kind of makes sense. I'm like, but she's obviously protecting somebody, but she wouldn't be going down to protect this dude. Like that would be stupid. Like that's what I was
right.
thinking. I was got to be somebody else she protecting. Ain't no way in the world she protecting him if she didn't do it. So
Yeah. Um, what else? Oh, we also sadly, um, the baby dies.
yeah, so this is a huge plot because I think it does bring into the third season. So
Uh-huh.
the plot line where Lewis finds out Tony's pregnant and he doesn't say anything. And so which I thought was stupid. Like because I mean they had the affair, they working through their marriage. So it's like at this point you should tell her immediately. That's whenever I watch shows, I'm like the dark, the everything's always brought to the light. The dark always brought to the light and whatever. And so I'm like, tell
Right.
her now. I'm yelling,
Right.
fussing at the thing. And so he's hiding it and ends up like lying about where he's at. I remember there was one scene where Jax calls him and sees him at the hospital. Because I think um there was something about I know he had like well, anyway, she was excited to see him. She left somewhere, and so it was like, "Hey, where are you at?" And he's like, or I forget exactly what she said. It's like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And he lies immediately. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just at the office. And so she's like, "Oh, you are?" So she's like, "Yeah, yeah. What's going on?" And so she's kind of thrown off. And
Yeah.
she was like calling to be excited about seeing him, but he immediately lies because he's going to the hospital so he can take care of the baby. Like so Tony is having a whole child in 9 months almost, you know what I mean? Like she's bearing child in the entire time. Lewis, as much as he knows, is going in on checkups and all this stuff, and he's lying about this. And that's the big thing. And
This
then
shit
I
happened.
forget
She ended up having
how
the baby early, right? Though she it was because the baby was premature.
yeah, that's what I mean. The
Yeah.
baby was premature, so it wasn't quite 9 months. And so I can't remember how she found out. Um, Maybe after the baby was born.
I'm
So yeah, I don't
I'm
remember.
trying to. I think no. I think did she? Because her mom ended up going to the hospital. Jack's mom,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
think it was something happened there. I gotta go back and rewatch. She found out while Tony was pregnant, though
Okay.
that uh Lewis was the dad
Yeah, yep.
because he came
So
home and then she was pissed because she basically was saying don't lie to me. I know what happened, what's going
right,
on.
right.
So that's pretty
Because
much
he was
that.
fearing that they're late, that it'll mess up the progress. But I'm like, this happened before, but it was still a friend. So it's kind of like, yeah, she didn't tell. Because I think that was a point where they were like, who would you sleep with? Like they even said it, like what all y'all did, like during the time,
Hmm.
when we was out, like we made a list. They were like, this is you did this, you did this. They put it their dirt because they were seeing they had counsel, and that was they kept asking the question like, do you guys still want to be together? And
Right.
so that was one of those things they kept asking. And so he's like, yeah, like I love you and all that stuff. And so, but yeah, Lewis confessed after she obviously confronts him and is like, look, I know what you tell me, but I don't
Yeah.
think she knew to the extent
Hmm.
that all that stuff was going on. So yeah, but the baby didn't survive, and I think that's where it
That was
took,
sad.
you
That was
know,
a sad scene.
yeah, mm-hmm,
I felt I felt I
very
felt
intense.
I felt horrible. Because
Mm,
you could tell that Lewis really wanted this baby.
yeah.
Like Lewis really, really wanted this child. I think this was his opportunity because we didn't really talk about the kids, which I don't really care. But the
Like I told
kid,
you, I don't like the son. He was very disrespectful in the first season to his mama, which seemed unnecessary. I mean, I get the mama, like I told you, I thought she was pretty selfish, but still, that's his
Mm,
mama. You know,
yeah,
she,
it's like they kind of swapped. They kind of made like the son a little bit more likable, but then the daughter became real
yeah, they tried
disrespectful.
to.
So
Yeah,
it was
she,
like they swapped the kids on
well,
season
which
two.
is interesting because with the kids, there was the cliffhanger, and this is just TV. The cliffhanger ended the show, and we had like a couple years between the last season one and season two. I can't remember
Uh,
exactly the time frame, but the kids grew up, so they're no longer 10, 11. They're now 15, and
right.
they're teenagers, and so they look like it. So you got to be like, you look at season one when they 7, 8, and then season two when they 15. It's like Stranger Things. Like it's like, oh my goodness, they age
Yeah.
so much in a matter of one day, and so they have to rush that. They have to rush it because she's dealing with her issues or womanly issues, and there's things that's going on with that, and there's like a lot of stuff that they kind of put into quickly, and
Hmm.
she's trying to, and so there's tension between the father and the daughter,
Hmm.
and so they show that, which I think leads Lewis to have more like wanting to like, well, these teenage kids, I want a baby, maybe out of the darkness, out of the pain, out of the mess that I had with this affair and the crap that we were dealing with. At least the child can bring hope and
Yeah.
peace, and so
I
that's why you see that, and the
yeah.
child died.
I actually wanted to see that dynamic. I wanted to see how strong Jax and Lewis's marriage really was. Is this based? Is your marriage based really based on love and really willing to put the work in to make
Yeah.
this marriage work, or is it based
Hmm.
on history and because I have ties to this man and or ties to this,
Yeah,
you
and
know what I'm saying?
that's
So
a good question. I
I
think.
really want to see them in this new dynamic of having to balance. Okay, now there's this other family on the side that we
Hmm.
have to consider. I would have loved to have seen that, honestly.
Because she seemed like she, after the truth was revealed, like she didn't shut down and be like, "Well, I'm done with you." There was definitely tension, but it wasn't a, I'm in with this. But it does create to the point where she does, kick him out the house.
Mm.
So,
But
which
that
is,
could
I
also,
mean, understandable, but
yeah.
that doesn't mean the relationship is over. And so I think that's part of that, their relationship dynamics. But
But that could
honestly,
also,
I don't think
go
she
ahead.
wants to be married. Like, I don't think she
I
cares
don't
about
either.
it like
I don't either. I was just about to
that.
say that. Like I said, I think honestly, I think that was pride. You not about to
Hmm.
have my man because
Yeah.
I done put in X amount of years into this marriage. I put X amount of years into this
Hmm.
relationship. I don't put my life into
Right.
this man, and so you not about to have him just because y'all
Hmm.
got a baby together. So no, you can't
Yep.
have him. This my man.
Right.
So I think it was.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
I don't think Jax wants to be married. I think
Hmm.
she's holding on to him because she doesn't want anybody else to have him.
Right. I agree. 100%.
So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, sadly the baby dies. However, and this is what's gonna this is again this is a conversation my coworker was having, um,
Okay.
because I thought that they were going to end season 2 how they ended season 1 with
Hmm.
a crazy murder. That because honestly I thought the what's the other attorney, other lawyer? What's the prosecutor?
Lucy, yeah.
Yeah,
Lucy was
I
her
thought
name.
the prosecutor was gonna get murdered.
Oh, from
Uh,
her like
I don't. We don't know.
ex-husband or something,
Well,
or just in general.
it would have been assumed that it was her ex husband,
Hmm.
but of course, in the show's fashion, it probably would have been revealed there's something else going on as well. Um,
Right.
so I thought she was gonna get murdered. Her character was gonna get murdered, and then that was gonna be the case for season 3. That's what I thought. Either her, and this is kind of a stretch, uh, but I don't. This would have been left. Either her or Morris Chestnut. Oh, why I'm thinking why Morris Chestnut's character would have got murdered, but I was just like, in my head, I was thinking somebody's gonna get murdered, and that's gonna push us into season 3. What ended up happening was we did have a death, but it wasn't as extreme as I thought it was gonna be. The baby died, and then at the
Yeah.
end, Tony shows up and says, "Hey, I'm suing you guys for distress because you
Mm.
guys are the reason
Mm.
I lost my baby."
Why? Well, I lost my baby. Yep.
Right.
And I don't blame her. She does seem like she is trying to, because I'm like, this is tragic. It's tragedy. Nothing can replace that. And so my immediate thought was like, I mean, you definitely need to be seeking counseling, processing. Like, this ain't gonna help heal you. Like this right here, doing this case is just bringing more stuff back. It's not gonna help heal you. Now, I said I don't blame her. I mean, like she do what she want to do, but I'm like, I also feel like it's kind of petty because you
mm,
cheated.
mm.
You know what I mean? Like you cheated, you caused some tension between the relationship with your friend and her husband, and like, of course, there's gonna be tension from that. Like, is it so? Like, if I don't know if they have jury cases for stuff like that, but it's like you reveal all the stuff about the relationship. As much as I told you how much Jax is selfish, she's not the she's not the villain in this scenario.
Right.
Um, you know what I mean? Like the baby being lost, like Lewis cheated knowing that he was married, knowing that Tony was her best friend or friendship in the group or whatever. Um, and so, but Tony knew the same thing. So it's kind of like, all right, y'all lay around, stuff happens. You got to deal with the consequences. So that's how I feel.
Mm. I think I agree with you. I don't think there are any. I don't think there are any villains or heroes in this scenario at all. Um,
Definitely not heroes.
so but I could see because there was a point where Jax was like popping up and like kind of
During the
like
pregnancy.
basically yeah, just basically like marking her territory. Like basically like, again,
Yeah, it's like this is our baby. Yes, there was a point where she was just like, because she just accepted that she's like, all right, we're gonna raise it like it's one of our kids.
yeah. So I think I could see her going to an ambulance chasing lawyers, and the ambulance chasing lawyer was like, "Hey, yeah, you got a case because she was causing you distress." So I
Oh,
could see
yeah.
Tony came up to this conclusion because Jax was
Yep.
was definitely running up on her for sure. So this brings us into
Hmm.
season 3, um, which is going to kick off on Thursday, September 18th, with 2 episodes. So
I'm here for it. I'm
that's
glad that we
great.
don't have to wait another 3 years or whatever. Like,
I know.
it's just a year. So like they were ready for us. So yeah,
So I'm excited about that. Good news to all the fans of Mr. Morris Chestnut. He will be back.
he
So
is. Yep, he will be back,
he will be
returning
back.
character.
So there we go. So Corey Cass is coming back. He's in recurring role. Interesting though, we have Joseph Sikora, who a lot of you know as Tommy from the Power series. He's actually going to be a
Hmm.
main cast member this season, playing Bill Sterling.
Interesting.
I've seen these. They got these first looks, and it's weird seeing him in a
I
suit.
mean,
It's weird.
you see Tommy, like you see Tommy for the last when did Power first come out? Like almost what 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's been
So
a long
Power,
time ago. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like you've seen Tommy, and he's been what 10 seasons. I mean, almost 10 seasons with Power plus Force. Now the other one, and so it's like he's this street thug, you know what I mean? So I mean, he's got his own style, but seeing him in a suit, it's interesting because I
it's
haven't seen him in anything else other than Power.
yeah. Like he was in another movie. Was like with Megan Good.
Hmm.
They move into this house. Nah, he wasn't. He was a friend of the couple. Megan Good is somebody else. Who was it? Michael Ealy? Might have been Michael Ealy. Megan Good and Michael Ealy, I think, and they moved into this house, and they had this like racist neighbor.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
What's the name of that one?
I think it's Michael Ealy. I think, but anyway, but he's in that movie. So yeah, but yeah, but a lot of us again know him mostly from Power, obviously Tommy. But like I said, just looking at
Mhm.
him, I'm like, it's gonna be interesting seeing him playing this role. And like again, he's in
Yeah.
a suit, he's an attorney, he's on the other side of the law. So this is gonna be very, very interesting. There's also I'm looking at these other pictures. Jax and Lewis are hugged up, smiling. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
You're not Team Jackson Lewis?
I'm not. I'm not. I mean, Black Love is beautiful. I think Black Love is amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't. The actors are amazing. Let me clear that up too. The actors are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
They're great as the characters. I just don't believe. I think Lewis wants to be with Jax, but I don't think Jax really wants to be with Lewis like that.
Mm, mm.
I just don't see it. I'm just like I feel like I feel like she's put in so many years. She's
Yeah.
you know she's given this man 2 babies.
Hmm.
I'm not going to give up this life and start over. Like, because again, a lot of times when people put so much time into. It's like a job. It's like you put so much time into a job. I ain't trying to start over. Even
I
though I
mean,
could,
I get
even
that.
even if I complain about it for every day, I don't feel like trying to start over. So that's
Hmm.
not me personally. I'm saying this somebody in general. Um,
Right, right.
but yeah, that's how I feel about Jack. I feel like she's really not in it to win it. Um, so yeah. Also, I saw Brandy Evans is gonna be on here. She plays she's on P Valley. What's her name? She's the main one.
Oh, okay.
She's
Okay.
been.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
makes sense.
that show's been gone forever. So I'm sure.
I know. Yep. I guess they're done with P Valley.
I
Is
mean,
it gonna be another season?
they're still talking about season three. I'm like, it's been. I mean, what?
I binged it. I think I binged like all of it in 1 week. So that was whatever.
But
But
back to Joseph Sikora real quick. Side note. So for people who don't know, so there's another Power spinoff coming out. Um,
mm,
so this is not Power Force. Power Force is actually ending, and so Power Ghost ended. That's the one with Tariq.
right, right.
According, I think I read on Deadline. They're supposed to be doing not they're doing Power Origins. That's basically the beginning of Tommy and Ghost. Because what's happening
Man,
is
they are
that
milking the Power
they
series.
are because Power Raising Kanan. This season five is gonna be the last season of Raising Kanan, and so
Okay.
how it works. Of course, Kanan was the one that pretty much because they introduced Breeze finally on the end of season four of Raising Kanan, and Breeze is the one, of
Mm,
course, that Ghost says he killed. Because Breeze is the one that basically
right,
raised
right.
Kanan, Tommy, and Ghost in the drug game. So there's been this whole
Hmm.
thing of who's Breeze, who's Breeze. They finally revealed them. So season five is going to be the end of Raising Kanan, and that's supposed to transition into Power Origins. Because everybody's been wondering when
Oh,
is Tommy and Ghost going to pop up, and I think that is when they're probably. I think what's going to happen is they're going to be on the series finale of Raising Kanan, and then it's going to transition over there to Origins. That's what I think is going to happen. Um,
are they gonna are they gonna keep it in the past, or are they gonna move it closer
it's
to like try to
definitely
do
that's definitely gonna be in the past. The origins is gonna be in the past for sure. I think, like I
okay,
said, so we can see how this whole
the
thing,
backstory?
the
Hmm.
backstory. They're probably of course, they're gonna introduce us to Tasha. We still gotta meet uh, Kanan's baby mom's the one that because Kanan has a son, Sean, who he killed on season two. He killed his own son.
Right, right,
So we gotta
right.
introduce the baby mama. So we still gotta go through, do all that
So
stuff.
that kid ain't even born yet.
No,
Okay.
uh-uh. But this other spinoff, which they revealed, they basically said that adult Tommy and Tariq are going to come together for this other spinoff. There is no title yet for it, from what I saw, but this is going to be the other spinoff of Power. Um, I'm gonna watch just because I feel like I've been watching Power since the very beginning, since episode one of the original Power. So I've seen every
And you
single
caught it? Did you
huh?
get you were catching it as it came out? Like you watched
Yes,
it
I
like
I
as soon?
watched
Okay.
as soon as Power the series premiere of Power. I was there day one. So I've watched every single episode of Power. I'm talking Power, Power two, book two, book three, book four. So I've seen every single
Okay.
episode. So
So
I was like,
I
my
got
mom will
into
just keep going. So yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. I got into Power, I think 2 or 3 seasons in. And so I think I binged like somebody had a DVD season. And so I was able to binge the first couple seasons and I was like, wow, this is really good. And so then I just kind of kept it up. And of course, Power and I didn't actually get to go. I didn't get to Force. I watched Ghost. I really enjoyed Ghost. I actually liked Ghost better than the original. I thought it was just intriguing just to see the college vibe, and Tariq's was very interesting. I think he's an interesting character, and the other characters they developed. Mary J. Blige grew on me,
I think she grew on
as an
everybody.
actress.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
I
I'm
think with
curious about
go
Tariq.
ahead.
Since I like Tariq, I think I will probably give the new season or new series a chance to see how he navigates life after college.
Um, what was I about to say? Mary J. Blige's character. Yeah, I think it was the reason I was really still tapped in because she definitely had to grow on me as an actress with that role. Cause I kept saying, please, they could have got somebody else. But the storyline with the Tejadas was very intriguing to me.
Yeah, they were.
I liked their family story.
Hmm.
I really honestly really would have loved to have seen a
A
spinoff,
Tejada
a
spinoff that
Tejada
would have been
spinoff. I thought that
that
would have been very fire
would have
for
been really
sure.
good.
Um,
Hmm.
what else about to say? Power. Oh, so question for you: Did you? Because a lot of people said this. Did you like Tariq? Did you? Because a lot of people obviously couldn't stand Tariq in the original Power, but then they grew to like him in book two. Was that your sentiment? Because
Yeah, that's definitely similar. I think he wasn't. I I didn't. You know, James St. Patrick was interesting with the last show we talked about. The protagonist or the main character is not always a good person, and James
mm,
St. Patrick is not a good person.
yeah,
So he's likable as far as to watch on screen, but he is very selfish
uh,
and did not put his family first at all.
right.
So I get Tariq's response to like not wanting to have a relationship with him or even the tension, but he was looking for a male figure. So like to see 50 Cent, Kanan kind of like put him in the game was interesting. So I kind of like that up and coming like development of him. Um, but he definitely had some annoying parts in the earlier season. I think when he kind of like he was just a little brat at the beginning, and then I think he learned how to navigate the system. And I think it was like books and street smarts because it's like he's silver spoon. Like dude was not like he wasn't from the gutter. Like he wasn't, what I mean, like he's not that kid. And so I
Mm,
think that even though his dad and Kanan, you see that he's kind of like tries to perpetuate or tries to reflect that early on. And I think he learned his lane in season um Power Ghost because he's the boss. And I love how he interacted with Method Man. Their relationship was a great dynamic. And even how he knew he was a boss to his friend. He's like, look, I run this, like, and I think that was a better response to like him trying to pretend like he's from the streets, you
mm.
know.
I
So
think,
yeah, I think that's what
yeah,
it was.
I think it'll be interesting. I mean, I was telling my coworkers this about. My question was, where else can we go with
I don't know.
like because I'm just trying to figure out like, what else can we do because it's like because to me I feel like there was a missed opportunity because originally there was supposed to be a book five with Lorenz Tate, his character, um, and them dealing with the
Oh,
politics of it all, and I felt like
that's another world. Yeah,
that was a missed opportunity. I feel like that would have been a
and he can
great.
hold the show. He
Oh yeah,
absolutely
one
can hold
thousand
the show.
percent, one
That
thousand
character,
percent.
that character is very interesting.
Yeah,
Like not only was Lorenz Tate a good actor, but like the character that they made, Councilman Tate, same last name,
yeah.
I thought was a great. Was he's the mayor at one point? I think he ends up becoming mayor, or is he just council?
I think it was
But
just. I think
no,
he was running for
city council. He was running for mayor. I thought he was running for mayor at one point
mayor,
in Power.
senate, or something. He was running for something. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah.
But
He was a great.
regardless, they could follow all of that
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
interested and he has no his scruples are whatever. Like it's like he is very interesting, and so I'm like I would love to see that. But yeah, that's a missed
That
opportunity.
was
I
a
agree
missed
with you.
opportunity. So that's what I'm thinking. Even with this new thing with Tommy and Tariq, I'm just like, okay, so they're gonna team up and do what exactly? Like, I'm just trying to figure because I'm and do more drugs. I mean, I sell more drugs. I'm just trying to figure out what are we what is going to be the challenge? Like, what are we
Well,
doing?
what was Force? Because this is the okay. He ended that, or is it ending?
It's ending. So
Did it end?
this
Okay,
new
still got
season
another season.
this new season that's going to come out because this new season comes out because BMF is running right now. So after BMF is going to be Force, I believe, and so this is going to be the last season
Oh,
of
okay.
Force.
So, what is the premise of Force? I know he was on like he left New York and went to Chicago, and that's all
So
I know.
this is what the premise basically. Long story short, he leaves New York. He's originally supposed to go to L.A., but he ends up going to Chicago, and then he basically is going. He wants to take over the drug game in Chicago. So there's just two. There's two. You have the black people, and then you got the are they Italian?
Yeah, I would say Italians in
Yeah.
Chicago.
So you got them. So they're the two big drug gangs in the game. So basically, Tommy is basically like, hey, I'm trying to be the one, and so he basically comes in and causes havoc between both. Um, and he does find out he has family. He apparently has a half brother who's black. Um, and his nephew, of course, his nephew's in the streets. So, he's like he's a Tyreek esque character. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's like I said,
okay.
it's just
I see. So it's just about him navigating the drug game in
yeah,
Chicago.
and
That's
it
pretty
just
much it.
wasn't to me. It wasn't good. Honestly, it just wasn't. I feel like because first of all, I wasn't even the biggest Tommy fan. So when they said he was gonna spin off, I was like,
Yeah,
okay, who cares? But I'm gonna watch
yeah.
it. Um, but yeah, it just wasn't. It is the storyline didn't really gel to me. I don't
I
believe
got you.
to me. You not gonna, and I'm not from the streets. I don't really know, but you're not gonna tell me that you're gonna
Not from
let
the
this
streets.
white. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna let this white boy come in and infiltrate. I'm talking about the black part.
Yeah, yeah.
You gonna let me because basically Tommy is over the black drug people. Like it's him and this other black guy. And I'm like, you're not
Hmm.
gonna tell me y'all gonna let this white you. This is Chicago we talking about. You're not gonna let this
Right. This
white
dude
boy
from New York that
come
ain't even from
in,
Chicago.
right? Come in
Ain't even from the city.
and
That's crazy.
infiltrate your group, and then become the leader. I was like,
Yeah, I got you.
no, I don't think that's realistic. But anyway, again, I'm not from the streets. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I Force wasn't that great. But again, I'm gonna watch the last episode. I mean, the last season.
You're
I'm gonna
gonna
keep
watch it because
going because I got
you one of
to.
those that's like you committed, you watched it whether you
I
like
got
it or
to.
not. So
Yeah.
if
So
you
it'll
were
be.
if you were going to recommend and I would ask you this like ranking power series. I don't know how much more time we got, but like
Oh, we
if you were
good.
going to recommend, what would be the ranking of your power series? Because you've watched all of them, so like from the original to the other, books.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say I was most intrigued by Power Book Two. So
Mm.
book two, it'll be book two, original Power, Raising Canaan, and then Force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because I was like, so I think that I agree with the top two because I didn't watch the bottom two. So like, book two was definitely their cash cow. It was they put a lot of energy and momentum into that, and I think that's probably why because they had a great ending. Like it ended in a way that actually, like it or not, it wrapped up the series, which I thought was great. And so they still got some milk left with Tariq that they want to figure out. That's why they're putting
Yeah,
the
that's
energy.
the thing. But
So,
I'm just trying to. But again, I'm just like,
that's
honestly,
all it is.
I'm just grateful that Ghost is still unalive because I got tired of people saying, I'm tired of people
Ah,
saying Ghost is still alive. I'm like, guys, he's not.
yeah,
Stop it.
yeah.
So I'm
They
glad
did
that
good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that at the end of Power Book 2 that Ghost did not come back from the
Show up.
unaliveness.
Yeah. From
Like
yeah.
I'm glad that didn't
Mhm.
happen. Um,
They
so
could
yeah,
have did that, and it would have made the ending not as good.
I would have been
Honestly.
pissed off. I would have been pissed off. I'd be like, no,
Now, if
no,
that could be the direction that they go in this new one, though.
please don't do that. Please. But I mean,
Oh
again,
man.
like I said, the question is, where are we going? I don't know. What are we
Yep.
doing? Where are we going? But back
Do,
to, but, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you know what city they're gonna be in, or do you know
That's
anything
the
else about
thing.
it?
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Because Tariq is still in New York. Because at the end of book 2, Tariq gets this phone call, and it's like, all right, I'm on my way. And like, obviously, it's Tommy. I mean, it's
Hmm.
nobody else. I feel like that was Tommy, and so I feel like he's gonna leave New York. I don't see. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me to do another spinoff and keep it in Chicago. Because if that's the case, then you might
Mm.
as well just keep Force going. So I
Right.
feel
You just had,
like
yeah. They have another city that they got to
they're
conquer
gonna
or something.
they're either gonna be it's either gonna be L.A. or it's gonna be Atlanta, and my money's on Atlanta.
Mm.
I
Okay.
think it's gonna be. I think the news. I'm 95%,
Okay. 95.
95% that the new setting is gonna be Atlanta.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at with it. But in the meantime, we got reasonable doubt. If y'all can't wait to
Yes.
see, if y'all can't wait to see Tommy, you can catch him on reasonable doubt in a lawyer suit. Um,
Yes. That's
in a
funny.
lawyer suit for season 3, which is going to be September 18th. Any predictions on the new season of Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah, I feel like that case can't be the one that takes them through the whole series
No,
or whole season.
no.
So it's got to be something that happens that is going to set the stage, of course, to like create that. Now I don't know, is I'm gonna call him Tommy. Is he playing? Is Tommy playing a prosecutor or is he going to be on their team?
He's on their team
So
because in this picture he's sitting on the other side of Jax. Like
okay,
it's Jax, whoever the client is, and then it's Joseph Sikora.
so there's going to be some kind of tension, between that team that I think is going to arise. It does seem like I want to see because I don't trust Jax, and I think they might play with that. They might play with Corey or Morris Chestnut's emotions a little bit more. There may be another affair because I feel like that's part of what we see in every season, and so
You think you think
somebody
you
gonna have
think
an affair.
you think
It's
Cash and
possible.
Jax are gonna have an affair?
That I would not be surprised. I feel like that is it's too easy for that because it's like okay, you can set that up, and they didn't go there in season 2, so but I do think that somebody gonna have an affair
Mm.
with somebody. So that's my loose prediction. Um, and it could be where um, yeah, they got to defend somebody. So I don't know how it's going to connect to something from season 1, but yeah, that's all I can think about right now. I'm just looking forward to it.
Um, what do I think is gonna happen? I don't think maybe this is just a hopeful thing, and this sounds so bad. I think Lewis is gonna get tired of Jax and be like, you know what, I can't do this no more. Once the kids graduate, I'm out. Um,
I'm done.
done, donezo. I'm gonna read the tagline, then we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna read
Okay.
the tagline here. Reasonable Doubts, season 3 log line teases that after fighting to save her best friend from a life sentence while healing from her own deadly affair, Jax has finally earned some peace, even if she sees it as a little boring. But that peace is quickly disrupted when a former child star, Ozzy, finds himself in a heap of trouble, and Jax jumps at the opportunity to spice up her daily routine. But it turns out her client's personal life has all of the drama and danger of a Hollywood movie, and Jax's own professional future comes under threat from a charismatic associate at her firm. I'm assuming that's Tommy's character or Joseph's
Mm.
character.
So
Will
he's
Jax
probably a
be
really good lawyer.
Yeah. Will Jax be able to clear her client's name without losing the personal and professional success she's worked so hard to? The words cut out. Okay, she worked so hard for. Only time will tell.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So they kind of gave you a tease of what the new case is going to be. So we know that it's not going to be this
Lawsuit thing.
soon. They probably wrap that up off screen.
Oh. Yeah, don't
Like
do that.
go through the daily routine. It's like, oh yeah, what happened to that? What happened to that lawsuit? Oh man, nothing. We settled out of court. Like,
Ew, gross.
so yeah, that's it.
Don't do a bit. Don't. I can't stand it. I can't stand when shows do like this big old
Cliffhanger thing, and
cliffhanger,
then
and then
just
it's
like
like, oh,
don't even talk about it. Yeah, that's my prediction. My prediction is they ain't even gonna mention it. Based off what you just read, it's gonna be settled off a screen that you just gonna be like, oh, last time on. Oh, it's not a big deal.
Oh man. Oh man. Well, again, it's always a pleasure talking with you, man. If people
Definitely.
if people want to find you and they want to follow you, how can they do so?
Yeah, Instagram Smiley Jason _ is one of the best ways to catch me.
Nice. All right, everybody. Until next time, thank you for being a part of my world. Peace.